So yeah, just a very quick, just a very quick video. Call it 9 a.m. because it is quite early for me. I didn't get massive amount of sleep last night. I got enough. Yeah, I'm in quite a positive place. Some money came into my account. I don't even know what from exactly, which helped a lot. Money does help when you know, sometimes things come along and you have no money, and sometimes it happens. Someone give you something, but money does help. There's no doubt about it in this world where we're living. Anyway, but that's not the reason really why I'm happiest. I mean, that's helps money. But money, you can get money, from doing stuff. Anyway, um, no, I've been quite positive. Um, I think I seen Susie again outside of Starbucks in Clapham where we last seen each other the last time when she went off. And I'm not chilled. I'm still into her, but I'm thinking, well, you know, I went for a massage last night. A massage, yeah, not sex, with Spanish girl, woman, and woman. Yeah, it's 10 minutes. All it took like 10, 15 minutes. This thing, Susie's not the only girl in the world. Rihanna, she's got a song. Robin, she got a song. Make me feel like the only girl in the world. Yeah, it can go along with that. That's cool, isn't it? You want to be loved. You're the one. But is there such a thing as the one? Uh, the one. It's a Hollywood concept. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe if you meet someone, and you go, you have the Hollywood marriage, and it's the other Hollywood cliche, marriage. Not marriage itself, but there's a lot of films based rom-coms, they call them romance comedy, whatever it stands for, based around weddings, and dating, friends with benefits, these things, and they turn into then they end up. I don't know if they got married at the end or anyway. You know the story. But I watched the video. I mentioned it the other day. I think the self-partner thing is quite a notorious thing. Emma Watson, she come out with it. I've seen it in the paper, and there it was like, oh yeah, she was getting it with the way the article I think was written, probably in the Sun or something. That's sort of like setting her up to be put down in the social media. But I seen the video last night where she come out with it. I don't know if it was the first time she come out with it, but I thought self-partnered, because the thing, happily single. She said, is it such a thing as happily single? Is it a real thing? You always want to be, with someone. But she came out with that as self-partnered, and then she said, and then the interviewer asked her, "Are you dating? Are you dating?" She said, "Yeah, I'm dating," but what the interviewer, it was like not a particular date. She's not with a particular person. She's going on dates. I'm dating. So it's quite a clever answer that when if someone asks you, "Oh, what's your status?" Instead of saying, "Oh, single relationship," it's complicated. You could just say, "Oh, I'm dating." It was a good, but it was an interesting video. It's from Vogue on the YouTube, half an hour video of Emma Watson. I don't really know her films basically. Might have seen Harry Potter once on TV or something like that. Yeah. So to me, she's not she's not an actress or actor, whatever you want to call her, who I'm not saying I don't rate her, but I don't really know her, right? Don't know much about her. I think she's in some kind of that you sometimes see her when they come up on these sites. Anyway, I won't go into that. I know so I try to stay off those. Anyway, not funny. Um, but the thing is, what with her, she's a kind of. Oh, and it was talking about she's coming up to 30 now as well, and also about how it was very interesting. It was quite a low key interview, and it wasn't much about her acting. It was about her life, and but to do with it wasn't the trivia kind of questions. It was more about how she deals with the fact that these Harry Potter movies, everyone seems to know them, and she's known, she's known. How does she deal with that? She can't go to a pub. She can't go to a pub. So she says she loves Halloween because then she can dress up in a mask or whatever. No one can see her. But I suppose there is something in it. But there are, I think, I suppose it's just takes one person, I suppose, to sort of spot someone, and then they're on the phone or they take a photo. And everyone can see that in a pub. If maybe she's not going to the right pubs though. I don't know. But she says she can get to like a concert now and then. She can blend in more. It was interesting about Fame, and also and then I watched. This is why I'm, a bit. Because I didn't get much sleep. I was watching a thing about actresses again. That was an hour long about the Me Too thing. Just around that time, a video from Saoirse Ronan, Jennifer Lawrence, Emma Stone, and Missy Elliott. Um, Jessica Chastain from Molly's Game, I think. Another one I probably know her, but I don't know her name. Who else? There was another one, I think. A male interviewer on the round table. And don't know. Anyway, that was interesting. I like Saoirse, but I put it on there because it's specifically the Saoirse Ronan. It's an interesting actress. She's interesting. The other ones, I like the Molly's Game one as well. I think that film was interesting. And she says she can go around without being noticed, which is interesting. She doesn't get seen. And it was about the equal pay as well, which is interesting. And the woman Jessica Chastain, Molly's Game. Anyway, I don't. She's in Molly's Game, the star of Molly's Game. Anyway, very interesting about how the structural sexism, if you want, of the Hollywood movie industry. So the three best paid actresses in the world, there are three, and they come in. There's 20 of them. So in the top 20 of top paid, there's three women and 17 men. Okay, then, but it's not just that the pay level as such. It's not simply asking for more pay or for men to be paid less or whatever. It was interesting, which I've always thought, what is the directors? Why are there so few female directors? There's lots of women actors, very few. I don't know if you can hear this, I'm a bit far from the mark. Because there's people in the house. It's early. Yeah, a structural thing. If you had a lot of female directors, they could quite easily be demanding that, or the producers or whatever, demanding that the actresses get paid the same as the actors, something like that for equal work or whatever. And going around now, this brings me around to the football. You talk about Hollywood pay structure. Well, at least three top women are in the top 20. 3 women are in the top 20 best paid in the world. And we're talking millions upon millions. Yeah. Okay. Have a look at the best paid female footballers compared to the best paid men. They play for the same club, the same. They're on the same advertising situations, advertising the strip, which is quite a bit of money coming from this. The new football strip come out twice a year. They bring out 3 times a year. They bring out new strips. The women are advertising it, a lot. The men are now more than, because obviously they're. And the pay level is worth it. If I was maybe a lecturer or something at college, this would be like an essay or something, and encourage a student to do a thesis on or something on this, about the whole history and facts and figures of payment in football. I've mentioned it before, I'm sure, but and people, they say, but look at the crowds, yeah, okay. But it goes back to the structural thing, and that's what she said. She said in that video last night, Jessica Chastain, I think that's her name, I call it that. Don't say, we're not. It was talking about the Me Too thing. Don't teach your daughter to be afraid of situations, or be to look out for herself in situations. Teach the man to not fucking do shit. It's the same sort of thing. Oh, yeah, the women, if they got more fans, then they'd be able to pay them more. But what about turning it around and say, well, these are football players. They're playing their hearts out for the same club, yeah, and they're winning more trophies as well. Obviously, but to my support, the women they've won Champions League. The men haven't. In Europe, we're talking here Champions League, and the men haven't. And the pay differential is, we're not talking, like I said, this is structural, and this is unbelievable. This is the most unfair pay gap in the world. We're talking, from what I understand, women are getting something like, still it's a good money. They're getting good money in quotes. and also they can get their sponsorship and stuff on top. They get money from other sources. It's not just, and they get perks. It's a good, interesting job, but it doesn't last long. Remember that as a player, normally there's a limited shelf life. But it's true in a way because they could pick up injuries. They recur. Playing twice a week or whatever, very competitively for intense, for years. It's going to take its toll, as men and women. So, but the actual, from what I understand, we're talking £100,000 a week compared to, I keep saying a week. See, this is the differential. 100,000 a year compared to up to 20 million a year. 100,000. We're talking 200 times. I might have mentioned 200 times. This is not just something, we can get a few more fans and we'll pay you a bit more. This is a structure. Yeah. It's a structure. It's like, would they say if cigarettes came out now, they wouldn't allow them? Yeah, it's probably true. Tobacco, would they allow that? Well, I don't know. Probably not. Health and safety, it'd probably be an illegal drug if it came out now. Illegal. Yeah. But my point is, if you're inventing a football club, if you started a new football club today, would you be paying the men players 200 times what the women have been paid? Well, would it instantly be sex discrimination charges and presumably, I don't know. It's just so bizarre. And the women, they haven't, and the structure of it is the women haven't really got the power in a way. They can't, if they go on strike, it's like, well, okay, the women go on strike, is it going to affect the men's club? Well, it could, But if the men went on strike, that would be a bit more different, in solidarity. But, that's why I don't really, I like because it's historic. I sometimes watch the team I follow. But, no, I'd like to get my own team started. I don't know, because, there's one, from what I think I mentioned this before as well, one team I believe in England has equal rights, equal pay, which is Lewis, I believe, Lewis FC. Whatever, Lewis Town, I don't know. So, I won't be spending £100 on one of these anytime soon. £100 for a T-shirt. This cost me 35, 40 or something, which is fucking enough. This is going to have to last me quite a long time. There's holes in it, cigarette burns, have to start sewing them up. Or use and this is blood on here as well. Some blood stains and holes. Maybe I do need a new one, but fucking, my own T-shirt in a fucking Arsenal fucking ultras. All right. Yeah. I'm dating. Hot. I wish.